What's up, guys? So it's been about a week. I did record some stuff when I went over to a Corvette car show down in New Jersey with Relocating 04, and it was a blast down there, and you guys are going to see this right after this. But the main part of this video is going to be a cost review on the Corvette. I have it warming up right there right now, so we're going to take it somewhere, get a drink, and then go over how much it cost me to build it to where it is right now. Yes, it's not painted, but this is pretty much where it's going to be in its final form of being an NA build kind of sort of thing going on. So I will factor in the cost of the paint, even though that it isn't painted, but we're going to go over the exact cost to get you to 440 horsepower and getting ready for a turbo build. So let's go get something to drink, and then we'll park this thing and go over everything. I did lie. You guys are going to see the Corvette meet first, and then we'll go over everything. So see you in a couple minutes. What's up, guys? Nick Rapazzi here, and welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going all the way down to New Jersey. We got a Corvette car meet. Going to meet a bunch of good friends that I've been making as I do this YouTube journey. So I'm super excited to see everybody down there. The people that are holding it are Relocating 04 and his buddy, I want to say Team 5112, but I'll get the exact name for you guys. I'm just actually leaving right now. Let's get a cold start of the car since it's like 30 something degrees, and then we'll get on the road. Alright guys, so we made it the 4-hour drive. Everyone's inside getting drinks and everything like that. I forgot my wallet, so I'm coming out here, and I figured I'd show you guys all the cars. I want to try to get a drone shot before I actually leave here. So, but let's see what's here. Hey, hey. This thing's cool as hell.
Afraid won't let you fall, girl. Don't be afraid, won't let you fall, girl.
So I kind of got lost a little bit, just wandering around, and I'm looking for parking near this like lake, and I'm on this like bumpy ass dirt road with ditches everywhere, and I hear the bottom of the car scraping. It's just I can't believe what I got myself into to do this, but yeah, this is what I'm doing to try to get this video. So we're driving around the lake now. I'm hoping that I get up to this clearing up here and that there's somewhere to park and go over everything, but I'm literally off-roading the car right now. This shit is wild. And we got another car coming up. And apparently they can't drive either, so this is awesome. But yeah, we'll get through all this off-roading. I'll try to avoid all these potholes as I go, but these R888s are loving the fucking dirt and mud right now. So let me check in with you guys when we get there. What's up, guys? So the lake turned out to be a bust. There was kind of just nowhere to park, and I've never really been over there, so we did all that off-roading for nothing. What I ended up doing is going up the street from my house. There's a trail that I take the dogs on, and there's like a big parking area over there, so that's where I'm at now, just to give a change of scenery. And I was just glad to take the car out because I haven't driven it in like 3 days because it's been raining like hell, and it's still kind of raining. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but it's still drizzling. It's supposed to rain like hell tonight and tomorrow, and then be nice Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So hopefully we can get some more progress on the Bronco and finish building the skeletal structure for the front end so we can get the tilt front end and then bring it down to Damien shop to actually paint it. So I'm super excited to get that. I definitely want to start driving that again, and then when winter comes we'll do a bunch of videos with that thing off-roading and going through the snow, and that's basically what it's built for. And we'll take it to something else later on. But the first like real mod that I actually did to this car was the exhaust, but that we'll go over that because it's totally different than it was the first time I did it. And was this, it was actually the head unit. So I didn't like the stock head unit. There was no like Bluetooth capability or anything like that with it. So that was that was like a big thing for me, because I don't listen to the radio or anything like that, and I didn't want to get like an FM transmitter or anything. So that was like $400. And then and even to begin with, we'll talk the cost of the car. The car itself is it was $22,000. I didn't actually pay that for it. I actually had a 2010 Dodge Challenger and basically did a full trade because they were roughly worth around the same. This only had 50,000 miles on it when I bought it, and my Challenger was upwards of like 70. And what was with the Challenger too is I bought that with 10,000 miles on it, so I put like 60,000 miles on it in like a year and a half, 2 years. And I've had this for about 3, and we're at like 122,000 on this thing, and I've had like basically 0 issues. But so first let me get the phone out, so we'll get the calculator pulled up and we'll get the exact price of everything all together, and then you could just plus or minus things out as we go. Like if you're not, obviously, like if you don't want to do the radio or anything like that, or the wide body compared to what the motor mods and everything that I've done to this too. So let's get this all cleared up, and we're gonna start off with $22,000, and then we'll add the $400 to do the head unit. Now let's head outside, pop the hood, and go over the stuff that's under the hood that's done. All right, so this actually came with the cold air intake that's on it by Air Raid, which I want to say that's like $400 or $500, but I'm not going to count that in because it came with it. And I kind of kept this car stock for the first year that I had it, and then once I drove it around, put some miles on it, felt comfortable with it, then I did the cam. So the cam was right around $1,100 for the kit. So we'll add that into there. So we'll go 22,400 plus the 1,100 for the cam, and that puts us at 23,500 right now. And then when I did the cam, so it came as a kit, and it did the valve springs, the hardened push rods. I also opted to do the lifters as well, so I did LS7 lifters, and those were $150. So we'll add that into there too, $150 for the LS7 lifters. Puts us at 23,650. And I also, and like, you don't really have to do this, but I was already pulling the motor out to do all this stuff anyway, so I wound up doing a clutch. The clutch was like 280 plus, we'll add 280 bucks. All I did was a an LS7 clutch upgrade, and a good thing to note on it too. So if you look up a Corvette LS7 clutch, it will come up at like 500-600 bucks, and I actually got the flywheel for 280 bucks with it. What you got to do is you got to take the just look up what an LS7 clutch is, type in the actual part number into Summit, and it'll come up like $200 for the clutch kit. It's like nothing for the clutch kit for these if you actually look it up. Otherwise you're gonna pay like $500-600 for the actual like one that says Corvette on it. But it's the same exact clutch, it's just the part number is put in and it doesn't say Corvette when you're actually buying it. Because it's for like an LS7, LS2, it's like a bunch of different applications. And then when I did that too as well, and I pulled everything out, I did head gaskets because I knew I was gonna pull it off to begin with, and I'm gonna add all these together just to sum up everything. So the head gaskets were about 120 bucks for LS2 head gaskets. I did a 10% underdrive pulley, and I did all like the basic gaskets on it. The underdrive pulley was I want to say like 500 bucks, so we'll add 500. We're at 2443, and then we will add another, it was like 300 bucks for like every single gasket for this thing, so $300. And then on top of all the gaskets, and you got to buy all the fluids again, so we'll add another 250 bucks for fluids, for coolant, oil, filters, and all that kind of stuff. So plus 250 for everything. Then when you're doing a cam upgrade, you're gonna want to do the spark plugs. So I wound up getting a better spark plug for this thing, and it was like $65 for all of them, because I think I had a coupon code for them too. So we'll add plus $65, and we're at 25,045. So after that, everything was done for the engine, all the supporting stuff was done, and then I wound up doing, these are Texas Speed long tube headers with their X pipe, and that was like 800 bucks shipped to the house. So let's add that into here too. Plus 800 equals that. So we're at 25,840. And then when I was doing the exhaust, I could not find an axle back kit that was under like 1,000, 1,200 bucks. And I really just wanted straight pipe anyway, so I didn't want to spend all that kind of money to go ahead and straight pipe it and spend 1,100 bucks on a kit when I could just weld up some exhaust myself. So I bought 250 bucks worth of bends and 3-inch piping and $50 tailpipes, and I'll show you the tailpipes that we got here too. So these are stainless steel 4-inch tips with 3-inch openings, and it's basically a true dual 3-inch all the way through. So we'll add the 50 bucks for the, plus 50 for the tailpipes, and then plus 250 bucks for the exhaust stuff, and we're still at 26,145. And that was kind of it for like engine mod kind of stuff. That's basically what got me to 440. If you did a more NA friendly cam, because this is a BTR stage 4 turbo cam, you will probably get closer to like 100 or 475 on a LS2. But I'm ending up going turbo, so I'm a little bit less, but in the long run we'll probably make a lot more horsepower when we actually get the turbo system on. So then to round out everything else with like suspension stuff, I did the Paft front and rear sway bars, and that was 650 bucks. I only got it for that because it was like a coupon code, otherwise I think it's a little bit more. So we'll add that plus, well, just to, before we even get to that, let's minus the 22,400, and that's basically what it cost me to get this to 440 horsepower basically. So 3,700 bucks, and that's pretty much where you can get that to. But the overall build is what we're going for. So let's add that back in, add the 22,400 for the cost of the car and the radio, and we're still at 26,145. And then the Path kit was 600 bucks or 650 bucks, so add 650, and we're at 26,795. And then when I did that, I also did, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them through here, but yeah, you can see them a little bit in there. But you can see the bill sting shots that I did, and those were $100 a piece. So we'll add 400 bucks for the shocks, plus 400 puts us at 27,195. And you guys, as you guys saw in the latest video that we did, is we upgraded all the brakes. The whole brake system, front and rear, was 550 bucks for pads and rotors. So we'll add that in here, add 550, and that's our pads and rotors. And then, so that's basically suspension handling and stuff. The next thing I really wanted to do was do a Z06 wide body, and this is the big question I get all the time, why I didn't buy just the Z06 to begin with. Just because it's so much cheaper in the long run to get this, and once I have the turbo system on, I'm still going to be cheaper than what it would have cost me to buy a Z06. So we'll go over the wide body. The front bumper was 850 bucks shipped because you had to get it straight from GM, so let's add 850. And then these front fenders and the rear fender and the rear quarters, they were from ACI. With the install kit, it was 2,900 bucks shipped to the house. So let's add that plus 2,900, and we're at 31,495. And then the wheels, which you can count them either way, but like I went aftermarket, so that's kind of where I spent a lot of money on these, and I bought the most expensive tires that you could put on this. So these are Ford Star F14s with they're 18 by 10 up front, 19 by 12 in the rear, Z06 offset with Toyo R888s, 295s up front and 345s in the rear. The wheels themselves cost 1,600 bucks, so we'll add 1,600. We're at 33,995, and then the tires, which actually cost more than the actual wheels, we'll add plus 2,200 for the tires. And that's right there is our total build cost for where we're sitting. Oh, and if you want to add in the paint, which I'm buying next week, plus 350 bucks. So once we're all finished and painted and everything's where we want to be, we're, let me close this. We're at 35,645. So we're still not bad. And at the time when I bought this car, a Z06 was going, a C6 Z06 was going for roughly like $45,000, $48,000. So it was kind of out of my price range when I actually bought it. But if you think about most of the stuff that I've done to this, most people with a stock Z06 are going to do that anyway. So when you're talking wheels, like tires are just basic maintenance. Like I didn't really have to do the wide body if I didn't want to, but I wanted that look. But it's still gonna come in cheaper, and like my whole turbo system, turbo kit, everything is gonna run me like, I want to say like $9,000 to $10,000. So even at the end of the day, it's gonna put me under that 45,000 mark where the Z06 was when I was buying one, and I should be at like 850 horsepower. So that's kind of why like I did everything the way I did it, because and plus I enjoy building these things. So that was like the biggest enjoyment for me. I don't want to buy a car and then just like drive it around, not modify it. That's just not who I am. Like I'd rather buy a base model version and then modify the hell out of it. So that's everything on the car. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of people have asked me about the cost of what it was. So let me just show you the price one more time. That's everything that I've spent so far on this car, and some of the stuff you don't have to do, some of the stuff you can do, and just the engine mods alone was only like 3,500 bucks, I want to say it was. And yeah, that's where I'm at with everything. And I'll do another update when we do the turbo kit, so you can see exactly my full overview cost to build my turbo Corvette basically, and should be painted and everything else should be done by then. And I don't know if you guys watched most of the stuff that I do, but I don't skip out on like parts or anything like that. So everything that I buy is usually the best you can, or somewhere in the middle where I can afford it. I never, like, I'm not the type of person to put like eBay parts or anything like that on my car, because it's just, you gotta buy the right stuff the first time and not do this kind of stuff twice. So yeah, so I hope that answered a lot of your guys' questions with like build costs and everything like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys are having a good week. I will have another update video for you guys on the Corvette on Friday. It'll probably be Friday night, if not Saturday morning, the video will be out. But we have some more parts coming for this as well. And a lot of you guys know, if you guys follow along with my social media, what's coming too. So we got that. We got the Bronco this weekend. We got a bunch of stuff coming. And there is a new car. It's a Nissan. So I hope you guys enjoy that when that comes too. But that's not going to be coming until we get the garage done. We still got a couple more things with that as well. But there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you want to follow along with all these builds and keep up to date with everything, please smash that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,500 subscribers. I think I'm like 32 away from 1,500. So yeah, follow along, hit that subscribe button. Again, I hope you guys are having a good week. Don't forget to like this video, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.